All right, guys, it's Daniel over here in Oxford at Winair. I wanted to go over these Mars motors a little more in depth. I did a video about a week ago with an overview of all the Mars motors that we stock, but I want to go more in depth so you can understand how these motors program and work. So first off, to program this 10874 is what we're looking at today. This is the condenser fan motor. This is going to replace most any condenser fan motor because it's going to do 825 or 1075. It's going to do either or. And all you're going to do to program it, it comes with this pigtail right here, right? All you're going to do is you're going to plug this into the motor. There we go. Plug up your ground wire. All right, we got it all plugged in. Now we're just going to plug it into a 120 volt outlet. This motor is now going to spin. I've had this plugged up a few times, so it might not spin 1075 at first, but it spins 1075 for the first cycle. There it is. It is 1075. So it's a little faster, you're going to notice, and it's going to spin clockwise. If that's what you want, once it stops right there, you would unplug it. Now it's going to start rotating counterclockwise, 1075. There it is. Now you should notice, maybe you won't notice on the video, I don't know, but when it spins 825, you're going to notice it spinning slower. It's easy to be able to spot. So now if that 1075 was what you wanted, you would unplug it. Now you notice it spinning slower clockwise. This is the 825. So say this is the function that you want. It stopped, unplug it. It's programmed now for 825. Now you can take this little pigtail off. You can keep this in your truck for whatever you want to. These things come in handy. All these motors come with a surge protector. You're really going to want to put this on. This is an ECM. This is used to replace a PSC fan motor on your condensers. So with it being an ECM, it's going to be a little bit more fragile to your power surges. So you're going to want to put on this surge protector. All you're going to do is, I mean, this is super easy, dude. This is super easy, guys. All you do, plug in, plug in your ground. And this motor, that's wired. That's good to go right there. Now you're just going to wire it up to the unit itself. All right, so you got your motor installed. You got your surge protector on there. Now, if you was going to put this on a straight AC, all you're going to do is go to the top of the contactor. Boom, one side, boom, the other side. You're going to want to make sure that you have this ground wire grounded good. Don't forget to put this ground wire on. The way this surge protector works is when there is overvoltage detected, it goes to this ground. So make sure this is grounded. You can use a bit tip screw, whatever, ground it to the chassis of the unit. Make sure it's grounded, or this surge protector is not going to do anything for you. So it's very important that you ground this thing. And like I said, so for an air conditioner, you got your contactor, top of the contactor, L1, L2, ground. You're wired up and it's that easy. Say you was putting it on a heat pump. So now we're going to put one side to the top of the contactor. We're going to put one side. This is my White Rogers universal heat pump control board. And I'll be doing another video on this as well, because this will replace most any heat pump defrost control board. All you would do to wire this motor, if it's a heat pump, one to the contactor, one's going to go to fan out on the control board, and then your ground. Make sure you hook up the ground. The reason for this is because if this is on a heat pump and you had it to both sides of the contactor, in defrost, that contactor is still going to be pulled in, that compressor is still going to run. So you're not going to get defrost because the fan's still going to run if it's wired up wrong. But this breaks that. This breaks the 240 circuit right here. And then the fan's gonna stop, and you're gonna have your typical defrost. So that's pretty much the overview on this thing. Like I said, this thing does 825, 1075. It's a 208 motor, of course. if you was to try to get someone through a weekend before needing to change a system, or through a holiday and their condenser fan motor's out, you could slap this bad boy on, and then you could take this right back off of there and then use it on a different system to get someone by before you got out there. So this is a fantastic, good little motor right here that I know that you'll love once you try this thing out. It's a very impressive motor, and versus a PSC motor, it's going to be more efficient. Versus a PSC motor, it also has a better warranty. Where most PSCs have a 1-year warranty, this is going to come with a 2-year warranty out of the box. So these are great little motors. If you got questions, you can always reach out to me. And I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video.